Hello, everyone. You're all very welcome to Underground Cinema. So we're in the thick of it now at the moment. We're interviewing as many nominees as we possibly can. We're going for a world record here, guys, to interview as many nominees for the Underground Cinema Film Awards, which are just a month away. So I've been really enjoying the interviews, and I can't wait for this one now this morning because I've got with me a great friend of mine. We got back a long time with Sinead Monaghan and Conor Slattery. You're very welcome, guys.
Thank you, Dave. It's great to be here. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dave.
Yeah, not at all. It's great to see Sinead because Sinead and I were just chatting there earlier. Sinead worked with us at Underground Cinema back 16, nearly 17 years ago at our very first festivals in Dunleary. Sinead gave us a handout back in the day. So we go back a while, and I was delighted when Sinead sent through on Film Freeway this brilliant short film, Small Mercies, and also directed by a previous Underground Cinema award winner, Conor Slattery. Guys, I think this is a super short film, and Sinead has been nominated for a Best Actress award as well for a performance in the film. So well done, guys. Can you tell everybody just a little bit about this film? What's it all about?
Do you want to take that, Sinead, or will I?
Okay, I don't mind. Do you want to take it? Go.
So I think for me, Sinead contacted me. Oh gosh, was it about a year ago? I think, and she was going to do her first short movie. She was producing in every way possible. So by I suppose indie producing. She was going to do locations. She was going to do all the AD work. She was going to do the just produce it, make it happen. So she contacted me to just for, I suppose, a bit of moral support or something. We met on Patrick's Day a long time ago. I guess Patrick's Day must be 12 or 13 years ago. It's a Terry McMahon movie that I seconded, and Sinead worked in front of the camera on it. So she contacted me for a bit of moral support. I just told her everything is possible. You don't need anybody. You know, me being me, do it all yourself, but get a sound guy. So that kind of, I think we spoke once or twice more. Then I was in Tokyo in February, and we spoke briefly while I was over there via WhatsApp text message, and we decided that I should direct it. What drew me to it, like initially when Sinead was looking for moral support and maybe a bit of advice, that's all I was doing. I was just providing that. And then I read the script, and I love the script. I love that it's got this notion of, people who are very clearly deeply in love with each other still can break up and not bear any animosity towards one another. So I loved that. And then when I came on board for Sinead as a director, thank you again for hiring me, Sinead. When I came on board for Sinead as a director, I kind of had this notion that I wanted to make it like a Dublin movie, and like I wanted to make it this thing that happened outside of the world. So that was when I that's why I shot the time-lapse photography around Dublin at iconic places in Dublin, including at the edge of frame. I think it's at the start, the Royal Marine Hotel, which, Dunleary is a very special place for many reasons, one of which is your festival, Dave. So I shot the time-lapse footage and put that in, and then Sinead kind of exits that and goes into like a little snippet of life, and then we go back out into the real world again at the end. So that was my thought behind that. It wasn't just to capture all beautiful things, even though the world is all beautiful, really. But it wasn't that wasn't why I did that. I did it to make it kind of like the calm in amongst the chaos of beautiful life every day. So I think Sinead might have a different take on it, because she's been married to this I've only been married to it for about a year-ish. I would guess it's an awful lot longer for Sinead and Johnny,
Yeah, like we I wanted to work on something, and I love Johnny's writing. So and myself and Johnny met at kind of workshop, an actor's workshop, and we so kind of developed from there. And he's like, yeah, I have a script. Yeah, all right, okay, because he was working on a feature that we were working together on. And then we got this short. I was like, oh, I love it. I just love the whole, I love the characters. I think they're very human characters, and I love playing like not even playing, just being there in that moment. And there's so many lovely, lovely moments that are so natural. Like, it was easy for me because it was written so well, and just we might have tweaked some of it, but it was like we even shot it like theater. So it was shot in one shot, which is kind of a bit unusual. So we did all our dialogue. So we really we worked on it. Johnny flew over because he's in Germany. So we were at a coffee shop, and we were like, I was like, let's just run it now, because we were always on Zoom. Let's just run it. We're in the space that we should be in, because it's the space that they're both in, and these characters are in. So we just run it with people around us, normal people, and we're like having this this dialogue, which really helped. And we didn't overdo it because we didn't want to kill it. That wouldn't be natural. So we kind of made it. But I just absolutely adore the characters and the stories, and that kind of heartbreak and that loss. And like, even now I get emotional about it, because I think it's so human. And so they cannot, like, it's just it's just that life, life in general. But yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It's for those that haven't seen the film. This is a two-hander. There's nobody else in this film at all. It's very raw. It's heartbreakingly human. That's what it is. And I found myself, while I was watching it as well, is, as you get older, Connor, like you and I, life's you reflect on life's experiences, and I found myself reflecting, a number of times throughout some of the dialogue that's in this piece, and I think a lot of people will do it when they see it, because I think they'll see there might be a little part of the various different stories, and there's a lot in this. In 12 minutes, there's a lot of, it's a roller coaster ride of emotions, this short film. But I think it'll resonate with people, because I think everybody's gone through a breakup at some stage in your life, and they've had these awkward, difficult conversations, maybe like you guys in the same pub, at your same favorite table, and I certainly could connect with some of the things that are going on. But also this short film is also, it can go from, it's strange really, because it can go from a mile a minute to some really dramatic and tough. It's a tough storyline as well, because this also deals with the death of a young child. We don't know that straight away, but we deal with the death of a young child that's five years old. These guys aren't married. They've been with each other for 12 years. And all of a sudden we go from your typical conversation where it's your fault, it's my fault, it's nothing that I did, it's you did. And all of a sudden we find out a little bit more that the death of a child has occurred. And now we've got into a situation where both characters are explaining how they're dealing with grief. There's blame, there's empathy there as well. It must have been a dream script, Sinead. As soon as you got the script, just reading some of the lines in that, as an actor, I know I certainly, because I've acted for a long time, I would have been, can't wait to get my teeth into this.
Yeah, it was really like the minute I went, I love it. It's very, I loved it. Like, sorry, there's drilling going on here. Yeah, it was very much, always something. There was, yeah, I completely just fell in love with the script. Really, I just love the whole. It is an actor's dream, to be honest. The whole, emotional roller coaster, and the whole connection, just the connection with these two is, yeah, you could just feel it, like, and everybody has gone through, even if it's not like, I think everybody has gone through those moments, if they, or those like breakups, or that bond, but it's the extra with the child, just and the blame is very, yeah. So yeah,
I think
it
that's
was absolutely.
I think that's what really hooked me on the script as well when I read it that first morning that we were talking for, Jesus, there's a pair of us in it, like 2 hours or something on the telephone. I kind of think that, like, oftentimes in films you've got that 3-act structure, where there's like a beginning, middle, and end. But I think in real life, like I got up at about 6:30 this morning and I did the kids' breakfasts, and then that was one story, and then I did a school run, and that's another story. This afternoon, I'm dropping somebody into. They're getting a lifetime, those honorary degrees for bringing the Suzuki method of playing violin from Asia to Europe, and that's going to be another story. And then I'm going to do dinner tonight for the family. That's another story. And I kind of think that in movies, very often, most of the time, maybe there's like beginning, middle, and end. But what I love about this movie is within the one movie, there are lots of little stories. And it's like that really grabbed me from a script writing perspective. So I suppose really you kind of hear people saying that, get your movie down on paper. And in this case, for sure, Jonathan absolutely got the movie down on paper. And then I think as well, like things that people won't know, but that I know, when we were shooting, like with Sinead, there was like 1 or 2 takes kind of thing. So like she'd get it the first time, and then I'd be like, oh, what if I need something for the edit? What if I've made a mess up with the camera or something? So we would do a second take then. But I think as well, you see, maybe Sinead, you might be unaware of yourself because you're yourself, so you can't see you from other people's eyes. But I like the way the script is written, like you brought that as well by breathing that exact same energy into your character. And it's really like, my God, when the news came through that Sinead had been nominated for Best Actress, I was like, yes, absolutely. And it's more, I know on screen you can see it, but on set as well, it was just like we started with Sinead. That was the first shot. So yeah, I set up on a portrait lens, and then it kind of goes from the grade goes from like less saturated to more saturated, because it's actually a happy ending. So it gets warmer and warmer and warmer, kind of barely noticeably. But if you looked at the first shot and the last shot, then it would be noticeable. But it gets warmer and warmer and warmer because it's a happy ending. But I think, like, I remember on the day, and it was like, right, what are we going to shoot first? And I just said Sinead, because I suppose I knew Sinead, and I knew Sinead was very married to it. And I think that kind of pressure would phase people. And I know when I said it, there was like maybe like a half a second or a second, and you kind of paused and you said, okay, and you just went for it, man, and you got it. And there's bits in it as well, Sinead, that I used in the edit. There's bits in it where you just give these little reactions that are fantastic. There's one, and it's, I love it. I love it. And it's, I think all of that, like reacting is as important to me anyway as acting. And then you were very good as well at knowing. I don't know if you worked in camera or not. I have no idea, but you were really good at knowing as well. Like when I said you're on a portrait lens, man, you stayed like a statue and allowed your face to do all the work. You didn't move at all. So all of that, like I think there's a lot to film acting, like being aware of the camera and finding a character and breathing life into that character and allowing the character to feed the camera, because it's the character who's doing the work, but the character is channeling you to exist. So I suppose allowing that character to use you as a vessel is and you did that really, really well. So I was thrilled for you. I was thrilled for the movie. I was thrilled for Johnny that you got the nomination at this festival of all festivals. This is and of course, Dave, you wouldn't know this, but I was kind of saying to Sinead, this is like if we get a screening here, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be brilliant, because it's lovely. It's lovely. It's a beautiful festival, and I think it really, like your festival, kind of captures what I believe independent filmmaking should be all about, and it should be about making movies. Is what it should be about. You get out and make a movie, and then you've got like multi skilled or multi-talented people like Sinead, and it's fantastic that when someone like the amount of work that you did, oh my God almighty, to make this happen, and I think it's fantastic then that a screen, because that's the end of a film's journey, that a producer sees a script and they decide, okay, I'm gonna produce this, and then it gets a screening at a festival, or it gets broadcast on telly or whatever, and that's a movie then has had its entire story with lots of stories in the middle as well. So it's all great news. Another story is I remember when we were talking about Crew, I happened across this gentleman online. He's a Palestinian guy. Naz is his name, Anas Alaska or something. Naz is his name. He reminds me of a very old dear friend of mine. And he's a Palestinian guy. He was living in a hostel at the time, and he just wanted to record sound in Ireland, and I don't think he had done any sound in Ireland. So yeah, Sinead hired him. I kind of passed his details on to Sinead. Sinead hired him, and he came out, and he was a beautiful guy, and his sound was beautiful. And I loved the shoot. I don't know what it was like for you, Sinead. I'm sure it was an awful lot more pressure than what I experienced, but I loved it. I loved it. I loved all the people. I loved everything about it. Loved it.
I think I loved that. It's breaking up a little bit. I love that I got you on board, because I think you gave us the confidence to work, and I could see you were very involved. Once you said yes, you were very, very involved in, like, you were the third character. Do you know what I mean? You're very much involved, and I learned from you, because I don't know how to do like produce. I've never done that before, or so I've learned how you work, because I know you a lot. Not in an ass was great. Like sound, he was brilliant. So we had such a small team. I don't know how we did it, but it was really like having great people on board, and we were just like a little family, even though we're all distanced from each other. We loved the story, so that the story brought us together, and it became a family. And none of us live beside each other. We're all in a very distance.
I think
a big distance away from each other. And I just think this was there was no problems. There's absolutely not one problem.
Yeah, I think what we're all saying is here, and I echo everything that you're saying, is once you surround yourself with good people, the end result is going to be superb, and that's what's happened here.
We had that conversation actually, where we were talking about Crew, and who we needed and who we didn't need, and I said, look, I'll shoot it, and and Sinead was saying, are you sure you want me to find people? And I said, no, because I know if it's us working together, we'll be working with nice people. And she said, okay. And I said, look, I can't work with assholes. And I know that, I might be hard myself and give out to myself, but it's better than someone else giving out to me, So that's I think that's how it ended up being so small, because you just want to be surrounded by lovely people.
What you did, what I thought was really clever, what I really liked about the film, just on the cinematography, you just used 3 shots, Conor. You used 2 close-ups and a wide shot read. They're essentially the 3 shots that you use. Now, when I'm watching the film as the audience, now I'm very invested in the film when I'm watching the film. But when Sinead, and with these two particular shots, each actor is looking directly into the camera, and I can tell you when Sinead is delivering her dialogue, and indeed when she's not delivering her dialogue, it almost looks like she's breaking up with me, or Johnny's breaking up with you. It's a POV sort of thing. Sinead is talking directly to me. That's how I felt. She was, she had a lot to say, and it was all to me. And the same, sure, it's the same when Johnny's on the other side as well. The other thing I thought was, well, and I'm a theatre actor, 25 years in theatre. Dramatic pauses. It's very hard to get a dramatic pause right. If you do not get that right, you can look like a ham actor. That's what you can look like. There are quite a few, not loads. There are a number of times in it where we have dramatic pauses, and that could easily go wrong. And you have a lot of them, Sinead, and you handle them superbly, absolutely superbly. It's a bit like what Conor was saying there earlier on, a little nod, a little, movement of the head, not without saying a word. There's some great stuff at the very end of this film when you two are saying goodbye. There's very little dialogue there. But yet, that these two people they still do, they have a connection. You can't not have a connection when you've been with somebody for 12 years. It's a very difficult thing to do to break up. You can definitely see this hasn't been a breakup that's throwing the plates around the kitchen and throwing somebody's bag out the front door. That's not that break. They've both shared a very difficult, and they both acknowledge that as well. They've shared something that's extremely difficult, the death of a child, and they both know that at the end. You can see it, and there is still a connection there. And you wonder when this film is over, is there a possibility that they could maybe patch this up at a later stage and get back together? At the moment, they need space from each other, and you can see that, but they still do. You can see it. They do have a fondness and affection, and there is a love there for each other. And I thought that came across really well. I hope I'm correct in that, guys.
Everything you just said there, like about the 3 shots, I had said that to Sinead. Oh
yes,
my God,
that's exactly
2 or 3 months before.
Yeah.
2 or 3 months before we shot it, I was saying this. I was saying you can do this yourself because essentially it's 3 shots. The movie is 3 shots, and she was like, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah. You can shoot all of one character, then all the other character, and then get your 2 shot with space separating them." And then you were saying about Sinead's, what did you call it? You just said her kind of dramatic pauses or whatever. What I loved about Sinead's performance was during those dramatic pauses, she uses her face to allow her character to show us a change of emotion, and it's oh my God, it's fantastic. She you use your face to paint the picture, and it's without saying anything, and your body language, because there's bits in it where you literally change from kind of almost like that to a bit more open and a bit more confident, and you can see your shoulders are kind of up, and then when you start laughing about Lucas going for a poo, your shoulders go down, and your face changes as well, and you look off to one side as if you're seeing it, and then you kind of deliver it to Johnny's character. And it's like you're not just saying the Hail Mary, reciting your lines. You're showing a range of emotions through your dialogue, through your actions, and especially through your face. And it's a beautiful thing to watch, and also very easy to edit. Oftentimes you're kind of looking for the cut. You're looking, like, you might remember, how long did it take me to deliver that first cut to you? Like days. Oftentimes when you're editing something, oh my God, like you kind of cut it, and you can't find the cuts. So you have to go away and not think about it so that it'll come into your head, because if you overthink it, then you just never see the cut. But with this, I think I got it in like one go. So the edit was it was there. The edit was there. Thank you for that.
Do you know? I'm going to tell you something as well, guys. As you know, as I mentioned, I've been heavily involved with theatre for a long time. There's a great playwright called Geraldine Aaron, and she wrote a play called Baron Ger. If you can get your hands on it and have a look at the script, it's excellent. The two actors perform on the stage, and it's the story of a brother and a sister from childhood, from when they were kids, right the way up till one of them passes away in an accident, a car accident actually, and it's delivered. The two actors are on stage and they deliver everything out to the audience. They don't. There's only one or two key points in the play where they actually look at each other, but all the rest of it is looking directly out to the audience. And when I watched this film, I thought about Barringer, and I actually thought this would actually be a super one-act play. Barringer is a one-act play. It's only about 10 or 15 minutes long. When I watched this, I said, my goodness me, this would be a fantastic one-act play where both actors are delivering the lines out to the audience. They would both have their tables or a bench, wherever it is, out to the audience. And at key moments, like at the very end, that's the first time that they might even look at each other on stage. I think this could be a fabulous short one-act play that will do very well on the festival circuit.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
I do love two-handers.
Because this is an actor's script. That's all, but there's no distractions. It's a bit like what Conor's saying, 3 shots.
I can see that,
Yeah, I mean, you could have easily had a DOP that said, okay, we'll get them coming in the door, we'll get the barman cleaning the glasses, we'll go around with a shot around the table, we'll cut here, cut there. It's simple, straight to the point, focusing in on the acting. That's what I love.
And we spoke about all of that. There was going to be a tight shot on the spoon. There was going to be a tight shot on. I was going to cut in on. I think it was Johnny's phone was going to make a sound, and I think that was going to be the end of the opening track. I found that track online, and then I rejigged it, recomposed it, reproduced it to match the to match. I don't have a background in sound or music, but it is something that I always do for all my movies. I just create, because you can hear it. I just create the music as well. But yeah, we did speak about all those kind of inserts and cutaways, and then on the day just thought, no, this is very simple and straightforward. It's a human story, and if I had kind of cut away from the characters, I think it would have obviously it would have distracted, because they would have been big close-ups. So it would have distracted from the characters. So yeah, we've got 86 on the day. Fantastic.
Listen, guys, I think this film is great. I'm hoping that it's going to do well on the festival circuit. Has it been? Have you screened it in front of many audiences now at the moment?
No.
This was only
nobody's released it.
It's brand new. It's shiny.
So
new.
you're the first. You're like, we're happy. Yeah.
You definitely need to get it out to some more film festivals.
I'm just very thankful. I just add in that we had a.
I missed that. Sorry.
I think we have a little bit of a time delay, but I do think that.
We both. I think I froze there.
Did you? I think this film will do very well on the festival circuit, in my opinion. The running time is excellent. It's a good number. It's just around the 12-minute mark. It's all about acting as well. The script is tight. Johnny's performance. I mean, Johnny was up against some brilliant actors this year. I mean, if it had been any other year, he probably would have got an nod. But it was so difficult this year. Some of the male performances. I do pass on my congratulations to Johnny, because I thought he did a super job. But I do think I'd love to see it in a few festivals. It'd be interesting to get the audience reaction. If you do go to one of the festivals around the country, because I definitely think it'll resonate with a lot of people in the audience, and it's a good one for conversation in the bar afterwards. Sure, we're talking for half an hour about it. That's how interesting this piece is.
I think I've just remembered as well. Actually, I've been on like five continents the last 18 months, kind of bouncing around doing various things. And you were away as well for months and months and months, like kind of immediately after this. So when did you start entering into festivals? Like maybe a month ago or something, was it?
I think when I literally, I sent it only on to 5 or 6 festivals, and they're later ones, because I'm again learning how it all works. That side of it, I'm used to the acting side with the other side, but if I want something done, I want it done. It's when you like something, when you something you do it, you know what I mean, and you do your best with it. So yeah, and I'm so but this would when I sent it to Underground, so that's when I started. So I haven't I've left it, and then I will check others. Hopefully, thank you for the lovely words about it as well. So that gives it
No problem. Listen,
that means a lot. Thank you.
Not at all. I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. If you need any help at all, Sinead, with regard to any of the festivals, just send me a quick email. I'll be delighted to point you in the right direction, because I think this film deserves an audience. We're really looking forward to the awards in November. We're so glad. We're so glad that you sent the film through to us, and I really
you would be going. I'm looking forward to that.
Great. And listen, maybe you guys will collaborate again on something in the future and bring us a little bit more magic.
I think we are. I think that's the plan. Sinead is frozen there again. Her picture is frozen.
Yeah.
But I know that was the plan, whatever, 6 months ago or whenever we shot this. So I think that very probably will happen in the future at some stage.
Great. Well, look, while Sinead is frozen in time up there, Conor, listen, I just want to say thanks a million for joining me today, and I look forward to catching up with you very soon.
Thanks for having us, man. We'll see you at the awards thing. I think we're all going, as far as I know. So
fantastic.
Yeah, we'll see you there for. You'll probably have like 5 seconds, because it's like hundreds of people. So.
Yeah.
We've time for it. We've time for you guys. No problem. More than 5 seconds. So we look forward to it, and we'll see you guys in November.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you. I'm holding my mobile telephone with one hand, so I'm going to give you a half a love heart, but it's all the love.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Take care.
Thank you so much.